Okay, let's go.
All right. New week, new trading opportunities. Okay, so just a refresher from last week. This was a major level for the last week. As we can see here, this was a really a prominent support level. Price was bouncing off of that, and then it went up. Now the anticipation was price would get to this level right here. Let me put a line here. This level right here, and it would come back down. But as we all know, this level right here will come back down. So I put in a trade. The expectation was it was going to come to this level. I was going to take partial profit and see if it would run all the way down to this level over here and take some more profit. But, as we all know, nothing is guaranteed in trading. That's not what happened. But what happened is, as you can see, the date here was around February. Anyway, it was around the time that the war with Iran started. And of course, gold exploded. Boom, all the way up, right? And so this trade hit my stop loss, and I was in for a loss, which is okay. That happens in trading. And gold went all the way up to around 5,400. Tapered off. If you look down here at RSI, it was losing strength, and it started to come down. But as it came down, and gold went below this threshold right here, I put in a trade, and the anticipation was for that trade to come to this level. But when it got to this level, I shaved off some profits, and then I moved my stop loss to break even, right? So it went back, continued to go down, hit the 50 MCA, and bounced back up, and then came all the way up and hit my stop loss. But there was no loss. There was a small profit gain because I took partial profits, and this was already a break even, right? Then it tapered off, came back down, crossed over, and as this candle closed below the 50 MA moving average, I put in another trade, sell trade, and that went down and hit my take profit. Went down, hit the level, bounced back up, and I could see the momentum. There was still a lot of momentum going down looking at the RSI, so I put in another trade somewhere around this area, and it came down and it hit my take profit on that trade. That's an alert actually on the, let me see what's going on. Okay, so that hit the take profit, bounced back up. So I wanted to see if this support was not going to turn into resistance, but it looked like it wasn't, and we had a huge expansion which needed to retract. So and when I talk about expansion, expansion from equilibrium, where the equilibrium is the 50 MA in my case, right? So anyway, then I put in a long trade right here, as you can see, as the candles closed above this level, signifying that there was some strength going up. And also, if you look at the, this arrow doesn't go all the way down. If you look at the RSI, there was some divergence going on in that area. Those if you want to call them double bottoms or whatever. So anyway, I put in a long, boom, came up, and it hit my my take profit. Then I just set out and waited as gold consolidated. And then this was, I believe there was some news which was in which caused gold to spike up. And as the crossover, I mean, as it spiked up, and again, RSI crossed over, and I could see that the strength was there was some strength there. However, when I initially put in the trade, volume was really not at the level that I would have wanted it to be. But anyway, I went in, put in my stop loss. Trade came in for a drawdown, then went back up. And I closed it at this level for a small profit because I could see that there was not going to be any momentum. And I think that was a Friday. And usually when it's past my trading window around 12:30 p.m., and you can see volume was kind of like tapering off, I got out. Right? Now, from here on is this week. So today, for me, it's Sunday at 9:22 p.m. But you know, if you're in Europe or along that timeline, you know, it's morning for you, and trading is starting during the Asian session, right? So gold took a beating; it dropped real quick. You know, I logged in to check, and this is a new level right here that's forming. We're gonna mark up the chart for the week anyway. And my anticipation was when gold reached this area, you can see this line, it was going to bounce back up to equilibrium, right? Or at least the 50 MA is, you know, your dynamic equilibrium, if you will. So I put an alert here so that when gold hit that mark, I would put in the trade, which it did, as you can see. And I put in the trade, and now it has bounced back up. And you can see right here, this is the trade. I put in the trade, it bounced back up. And as it did, I moved the stop loss to protect my trade. So right now the stop loss is above the trade for small profit of 182. But I expect it to go and hit this alert right here. For an addition, right now it's at 7, let's say 800. So when it gets to that alert, it'll probably be around maybe 1,000, whatever. I might just take my profit and go. Or I might just let it run because it's a safe trade. My stop loss is above the trade for a minimum profit of 182. So worst case scenario, I'll just get 180. Best case scenario, the trade keeps going and I keep tracking it, right? Let's go back to, what am I doing? Yeah. So let's mark up this this chart now for this week. So let's go ahead and get rid of all these markings from the trades from last week. You know, and I know some people might be thinking like, oh, you know, he's just marking up, you know, the chart, but is he actually doing those trades? And I can show you my trades from last week. So let's go back to MetaTrader, and we're gonna go to history, and let me custom. So last week, what was it? Okay, so from the 2nd. So the 2nd to the 6th. All right. So from the 2nd to the 6th. I could have just used that calendar. Okay. Boom. So yeah. Here are the trades from last week. You can see that some trading was actually done. You can see the dates on this side, right? And overall, it was a positive gain of 14K, minus the fees, of course. I don't know why this thing is not including the, let me add the fee column. and no, swaps. Okay, commissions, and also the swaps. I don't normally hold trades overnight or throughout the weekend, but in some cases, rare cases, I might. Um, okay, so you can see there's quite a few swaps on some of the trades here. Yeah, so all these fees, you take all those fees off, and then you're left with 13,560. Yeah. So yeah, so we actually do trade these things I'm talking about, you know. And yes, it is a live account. All right, maybe I should just take my profits and run, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Um, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. All right, go back. All right, so time to mark up this chart. Time to mark up this chart. All right, so if we look right here, we can see that this right here is now a level because you have 1, 2, 3. So price is definitely reacting. And by the way, last week I had talked about Lipuko, the expansion, and then coming back to 5,000, which it did. Because 5,000 seems to be a psychological level. The 5,000 area seems to be a psychological level that price tends to react to um, as of recent. So we're going to mark this place up. This is a um, critical support area moving forward unless things change. So yeah, boom. All right, and this right here is a critical resistance area as of now, and this is like the 5200s. Even back here it was a critical. um, Maybe I should start from back here. All right, boom. Okay, maybe we should. Yeah, yeah. So price definitely reacts at this level, support level, and reacts at that resistance level, as you can see. So between 5200s and 5,000-ish areas. As we all know, support and resistance are zones. They're not like a straight line or anything like that because the market is dynamic. It's not perfect, right? Okay. All right, I can get this line off since I already got my trade in. And okay, I'll get this off as well. Boom. All right, so there we have our levels, which is what we're going to work off um, this week, right? And then, of course, as you move down to your 15-minute and whatnot, you can have other mid-range levels based on how you trade, whether you're a scalper or intraday trader or whatever it is you do. Because like right here is a level that's in between. I'm gonna put a line there just to make, because you can see price definitely reacts at that level as well. Um, and I'm gonna make this line a actual line and make it a bit thicker. Yeah, because you can see price definitely reacts over here, reacts over here, reacts over here, reacts over here. There's a reaction right here, um, there as well, here as well. Um, there was a little bit of a reaction here, but then it kept going to this major level, and now it's on its way back up. So it might come back to this level and then push back down or continue. But either way, I have a safe trade, so I'm good. So yeah, those are the levels that I'm going to be working off for this week. And with that said, happy trading week.
Okay, let's go.